Now we're good. Good morning. You're hanging out with Kelly Ray, your host of the show, Kelly Ray Walker Slaughter. Give you all my names at this point for Warren First 931. And with me this morning is my special guest and my mom from another mother.
Yeah.
Is that how I should say it?
Yeah.
My adoptive mom, Miss Debbie Patterson. She is with Operation Christmas Child, and she has been um, a part of Operation Christmas Child for quite some time now.
28 years.
Golly,
Yeah.
that long?
Yeah.
Wow.
Seems like yesterday.
But with that said, Debbie is with us today to talk about because coming up first and foremost, there is on the 23rd. Correct?
23rd. Yeah, Wednesday.
There is a packing day. So explain that.
Okay. Well, it's going to be at First Baptist Church of McMinnville, and our children's ministry will have 2 packing parties this year. But the first one is the 23rd, and they have been collecting items all year long, and at Bible school they collected for the mission project. So they've been bringing in school supplies, toys, things to pack in a shoebox.
Yeah.
And so we have a shoebox here today, and this one is just for a little boy.
Okay.
And so this is kind of some of the items that they brought during Bible school. And so first of all, you get a shoebox, any size, plastic.
And make sure you label it accordingly.
And then you label it. So then you'll pick 2 to 4, 5 to 9, 10 to 14. So in that shoebox, you want to kind of like put something very simple, but some of these children have never received a shoebox before. Okay. So we got some little stickers there. And these are what we call wow items. So we always put a stuffed animal on the top of the box because that's kind of like a hands-feely. Yeah. Gives them some love.
Sensory stuff.
There. Something for him to play with. So this is going to be more for a smaller child. It's a little Nerf football.
And then, they also make, Debbie, correct me if I'm wrong, they make deflatable balls that are flat.
The soccer balls.
And you could put that in there too, correct?
Yes, soccer ball. That's what we do for the older boys and girls. And then we put a pump in there so they can pump it up. Okay. So then this one's got a water bottle for him to go to school or whatever. Some little cars and trucks. This one's a little Frisbee. So they can play with that. And with a lot of these toys is they can share with their friends because a lot of these don't get invited to the packing party because there's only so many boxes. We always put a shoebox or a toothbrush in the box for hygiene because some of the children live in orphanages and they share their toothbrush. So we want to make sure they get a toothbrush. We used to be able to put toothpaste, but we can't now because there's dates on it. So. And then he's got a little bracelet that the kids made to interact students.
And do they pray over this like they did back in the day?
Yes. Yeah. Yes. And then this is school supplies so that they can go to school. Okay. A notebook, just something simple. Post-it notes, eraser, pencil toppers, crayons, This one has colored pencils and a notebook.
Oh,
so nice. Just kind of simple, something to do.
And pack it back in just to show people because this is a lot of stuff.
And so you try to get flat things that will fit in there. And then like this water bottle, we could actually fill this water bottle up
with something else. You could put these cars in it.
Them cars in there, and then that way would give more room for something else. So that is
actually you could put this in that with the cars on the top.
And some of our toothbrushes fit down in the tall ones and that. So we try to just get something simple to go with their hygiene, something to play with, something to be affectionate with, and something to share with. Some of the shoe boxes that we packed, we put sewing kits in for the older kids.
Oh, yeah.
And then we put the tools. I put tools in for the boys. And then they can go when I went to Guatemala, they're teaching the boys how to be carpenters. And then they use Jesus as a carpenter to emphasize that. So, and then you have your envelope here that is helps pay for the shipping of the box.
Yeah.
And it's $10. And what that $10 is not just for shipping, it gives discipleship material for the children. And it's like a teacher's book. And then they, after they go with the book, before they get their boxes, they have like a worship time.
Yeah.
And they share the story of Jesus. So there's a little pamphlet that goes in there.
Yeah.
And then if they decide they want to know more about who Jesus is, then they can go through this program called The Greatest Journey, which is a 12-week discipleship. Okay. Kind of just like a Sunday school book, just kind of talking about who Jesus is. Mm-hmm. And then after the 12 weeks, if they decide they want to accept Jesus in the heart, they have a little party for them. They give them a Bible and a certificate and make a big deal out of what it means. Like they completed the class. And then they have a teacher's bike. And a lot of these children that do that, they go on teaching other kids and they become the teacher and they just pass it through their village. Yeah. And it's just a really good, and I'm worth $10 of your shipping. And I know this one's an English book, but I guess the books that get shipped is the whatever the language is in that country. I forget how many languages. I want to say. Well, I'm not even going to say because I don't know. Because there's probably a lot, and in every language that they go to those countries, which is 170 different countries that they've shipped boxes to. So, but yes, this material goes into that. I know Debbie Young at Freedom Life Church. Mm-hmm. She does this with her Sunday school kids. She did that, and then they end up making a craft at the end of their day, and they put that in the shoebox. That's great. So they're making lots of different things. So there's so much that this program can do. You can go online to Samaritan's Purse or Operation Christmas Child, type in and get all kinds of ideas of what you want to do. Packing party ideas. It gives you the outline of how to set that all up and that. So, but it is. But again, this just kind of tells you what to pack in a shoebox, and it is talking about the wow item, which is usually the big item. Yeah. And you want to put that on the top. But I always want to put a stuffed animal in every box because they have something to hold on to. Yeah. And because some of them might not have parents to, give them that love. Well, some of these kids have never been told they've been loved. Yeah. And so when they hear that Jesus loves them, there is somebody that loves them. Yeah. It gives them hope. And so there's lots of videos on Operation Christmas Child that tell stories about children that have received a shoebox. And I've heard many of those are now adults. Yeah. And the story, when they do it, they tell it's bringing back that trauma in their life. So they don't always speak a lot for more than a year because they want to heal from it. Yeah. And so, but touching stories on the and some that have actually moved here. Yes. We would love to talk to you guys. Yes. So there is somebody That's the goal. Yeah. But pack a shoebox for a child that never does that. Our collection week is November 18th through the 25th. And First Baptist Church is a drop-off, and we're also going to be the central drop-off. So nice. 5 churches from Sparta, Smithville, Cookville, and Morrison. Okay. Will all be bringing their boxes to us, and then my job is to get the trucking firms to come pick them up and take them to where they're going. And you'll get that done. And I'll get it done. It's a big project today this week that it's getting close, and I'm getting a little nervous. But the goal for Warren County, there was a goal, correct? We are going to try to get 6,000 boxes this year. You raised that up since last time. Yeah. So, we collected 59 last year, 5925. So I think we can get the 6,000. Okay. With everything that's going on with the hurricanes and Helene and Milton, a lot of people are donating to that. And Samaritan's Purse has been right there in North Carolina because their distribution center actually got hit. Yeah. So they're still going on with Operation Christmas Child. They're still brought their trailers in to clean up and that. So it's not just about the shoeboxes that Samaritan's Purse do. They do help in disasters. And I'm sure some of these kids are going to be getting shoeboxes up there in North Carolina. Yeah. And look at you, $5. So anyway, pack a shoebox, and anybody wants to come Wednesday night at 6:00 at First Baptist, come bring some donations, put in the box, and help us pack boxes. Exactly. And again, a couple of items we will be posting up. Right now, we'll show you a quick promotional video of what we got from the Samaritan's Purse website. So real quickly, here is a quick promo video in case you want to see how the kids react and how it can be a part of it.
The joy of seeing a child open the boxes for the first time it's incredible. We are
so excited. Many of the children receive the shoeboxes for the first time in their life.
We pray that these boxes will be used to bring a lot of happiness and joy, but more importantly, the gospel to each heart. All these little children around the world.
No greater need and no greater time than right now for us to go out and serve boldly.
Oh my goodness!
This is what these shoe boxes are all about, to go out and to bring a hope of Jesus Christ around the world.
I'm just so amazed at what God does each and every year. This is an opportunity to impact the lives of millions of children, just like you've seen. But we need more boxes for next year. Every box is an opportunity for us to share the gospel of Jesus Christ. So thank you, and God bless each and every one.
All right, so that is the quick video of a little bit of a promo of what you can do for a child's life. And again, with us is special guest Debbie Patterson. She's with some Operation Christmas Child Samaritan's Purse. And, a couple of cool little things she's got here, guys. What is this?
This is a little thing that you can download off of the website and print, or you can write your own letter. It's nice to write a letter in there, simple letter just saying who you are and that. But this one's kind of pre-printed for you. It tells you, you write your name and how old you are. And you can draw a picture of yourself, or you could put a picture of your family or yourself right there.
Family.
You kind of color in where you live and what my home is in the city, countryside. I live in the state of Tennessee in the city of McMinnville. And then on the back side, it just kind of tells you color, food, activity, game. And then what you like to do in your free time, story is in the Bible. I love Jesus because, and then you can put your address in. We have our children put the churches in there because you don't know in today's world what might happen. Somebody show up your door or whatever. But for safety wise, we kind of put the church there. But you can put your address there, and you can sometimes get pen pals out of this.
Yeah,
we had one family that ended up marrying the girl that he sent the box to. So. Crazy. You never know what happened through a shoebox.
And then the other thing is, we won't say names, but we know people that have moved here that got a shoebox, and it kind of motivated them to come to a place like this because that's where they found they got the hope of love, like somebody loving them.
Yes.
So if they got a shoebox from here, how bad can the people be?
Yeah.
So,
well, I know the one lady that we just heard speak, she said that she'd gotten a box and her name was Brittany. So she thought that Brittany packed all these shoe boxes for everybody. So she's, I want to meet Brittany.
Yeah.
And then she said, then I realized when I came to the States that it was individuals that packed these boxes.
But still.
And knowing that I am loved by somebody that doesn't know me.
Yeah.
And wanted to share the love of Jesus, but then also give me some simple things that I could use through my childhood.
Yeah. And the best thing I can explain when I think of Operation Christmas Child is the unconditional love. Like when you are a mother or a father, you're a parent, and you have that child, and that child that's unconditional love that you have, and they will always love you. That's the rarest form of love you will always get. Right. That's authentic.
Yes.
And when kids open up that box and they feel like that's what I compare it to.
Yeah.
And, me and my son was talking about, well, what kind of box are we going to make? And so whether it's for a boy or a girl, we have decided to load it down because me and him we go off each other. But he goes, Mama, what if we pack it down with paper and supplies, multiples of stuff, like a bunch of toothbrushes, a bunch of, not just one each. Because what if it does go to an orphanage and instead of sharing, he can give Christmas gifts out to his friends.
Right. And they don't have that opportunity to give. So
we thought doing two unisex boxes essentially, even though we're going to market a boy or a girl. And our hope is that it goes to that boy or girl and they're going to need it and they can give it to their entire family.
Right.
They can, because we thought about loading it down with pencils, paper, erasers, toothbrushes, combs,
Yes.
And then of course we're putting that one item that's for them.
Yes.
And then they're going to know oh, there's only one of these.
Yeah.
That's mine.
Yes.
Because knowing that this is mine.
Yes.
Because a part of me and Walk were thinking, what if we give this and they just hand it out to everybody and they get nothing?
Yeah.
So I'm not saying pack your box like that.
Yeah.
But I am saying, think about it, pray about it.
Yes,
And
pray.
if you feel moved to make a box like that, do it.
Yeah, and the most important thing is to pray, and God will reveal to you what you want, what He wants you to pack in that box, and who He wants you to pack it to. I mean, the one story about the one box that went to a hospital, and then nurses went down the hall just passing out random boxes, and they grabbed it off the cart, went into the room, and the child was blind. So everything that was in that box was
for her,
for braille or touchy feely,
for somebody that was blind.
For blind. And so to say that God's not in it, to know that you had 1.5 million shoeboxes packed, and that
this
one went
got to her.
You know.
Yeah.
So God does hear the prayers, and it's about for Him, you know, and He will. You know, you always think, oh, am I packing the perfect box?
Yeah.
Did I get everything in there? And, you know, pray about it. And they want quality boxes because sometimes some people will just put 2 items in that.
Yeah.
So imagine you getting a box filled with all kinds of things, and the person next to you is getting 2 items.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, you know, you don't want to be greedy, but at the same time, people will be people.
Yeah.
And think about how you would want to receive that.
Yeah.
So they say is if you can shake it, you can put one more thing in there.
Yeah. If there's room to move, it's not done.
It's not done yet.
Pack like you're going on vacation, ladies, where you have to sit your bottom on the suitcase so it is good to go.
Oh, yes.
That's what I always say. But real quickly, we talked about this off air. Of course, the 23rd is a packing day. When is the last day of getting any type of shoebox in?
25th.
Okay.
October, it starts November 18th is what they call the National Collection Week. So everybody around the world will be packing shoeboxes and bringing them to the drop-off locations.
Which is here
or
this
to
year.
the church. And so they try to put a drop-off location every 20 miles so people don't have to go that far.
Gotcha.
A lot of people will do it at their churches, and then the churches bring them to the drop-off centers. So the collection week is November 18th through the 25th.
Okay.
And you can go online and type in your zip code, and it'll tell you where the closest location is. But we do have 2 right here in Warren County, and one is at First Baptist Church at 403 North Spring Street, and then at Covenant Fellowship, which I think is 7225 Nashville Highway, or 42,
Manchester
something
Highway?
like that. Something like that. Yeah, I Googled it. It did say that.
I want to say Manchester Highway.
Yes, I think it is. What did I say?
Nashville.
Oh,
You're
sorry.
going Woodbury way.
Manchester. Let's see here.
So we get it correctly before somebody's like, hey now.
Hey, now we're going to the wrong area here.
And now I can't even type it in.
Let me see here. I typed it this morning. Morrison.
All right. I got it. It is 1079 Country Club Drive, McMinnville. Oh, that's the school.
That's the school.
I typed in the academy.
Let's see here. Covenant
Fellowship Church.
There we go. It is 7225 Manchester Highway, Morrison, Tennessee. So their hours are posted on the website too of Operation Christmas Child of what times they'll be open.
Yeah.
Mine is going to be open all day. I've got it different times, but it'll be at least 8:30 to 5 every day.
And I have a random question for you. Like I always throw out random questions. If somebody wanted to make a box now because they've been doing all this hurricane relief stuff, can they get in touch with you?
Yes.
And they can get a box early? Because, sometimes waiting during the Thanksgiving time is a little tricky because the 25th is actually the first official day of schools being off that whole week for Thanksgiving.
Yeah. So it's the week before Thanksgiving. And so yes, they can come by and drop a box off at any location. In any church that's
I was going to say, we could ask any church.
Any church.
Because you were saying Freedom Life Church is a part of it.
Yes. And
Covenant, First Baptist.
The Vine, Gath Baptist Church is a big supporter. Cornerstone packs shoe boxes.
Yep.
Pretty much any of the churches, the Catholic Church. supports
St.
us.
St.
Matthew's Episcopal Church packed a few boxes up to there, but call them and ask them, and they can probably pretty much tell you who
you
has
don't have
that,
to be affiliated to any of these churches to drop off a shoebox is what I wanted to get at, because any help or anytime we can make this as big as it can be, it's just a great opportunity. And we are called the volunteer state.
Yes.
And we're not called that for nothing.
Yes. Yes.
We need to get out there.
And it is a big program. There's a lot of people that still don't know about Operation Christmas Child, which amazes me because we've been doing it.
I agree.
For years and years and years.
Even before you started this 20 odd something years ago.
Wendy Curran, the hot dog man's mother-in-law now and wife. I took it over from her as the coordinator for McMinnville, and she introduced it to me when I was at Northside Baptist Church, and so
I remember.
And so it's been around, and it's a good program. And it, you talk about the Bible in Matthew's, it says that we are to go out and make disciples in all the nations. So some people say, well, we got so many needs here in the United States. Yes, we do, and we have programs in place to do that. And it's just part of the scripture that we're going out into the nations and spreading the gospel.
Yeah.
And so God loves all children. And he says, bring them to me.
Yeah.
So that's what we want to do through this program.
Yeah.
It's not giving them a simple, tangible gift, but giving them the gift of love of Jesus.
Or giving them a hand up, not a handout. That's what I always say.
Yes.
And then I also, too, anything that you do through God, he gives it back to you double time.
Right.
I'm just going to say.
Yes.
Over and if you don't believe that, knock on wood, just saying. I'm blessed beyond belief. I know Debbie is as well.
I am.
And, we may not agree with what our path is sometimes, but there's always a reason. And then when you have that aha moment, you're like,
okay, give it to God.
Gotcha.
He's the one that we all need to look up to, and where we're going to spend eternity at. So, he's called us to be disciples and to go out and spread the good news of him. And that's what we're doing through the show.
Yeah. And everybody has their own way of spreading the gospel through God. I want everybody to know it's not just singing or praying or,
or attending a church for the day.
Attending at a church, if you're not a 24/7 person that prays all the time or goes to church all the time, there's different ways that you can. Everybody has a gift, whether you believe it's not, if it's from God or not. But everybody is blessed with something, and why wouldn't you want to use those talents that you're born with?
Yes,
I love talking, so why not spread the word by inviting anybody and everybody can to get out the good stuff.
And you do a good job.
I try my best.
You do a good job.
I almost lost my voice. I'm still getting there. But is there anything we haven't talked about yet? I know that we're going to be posting this week, all leading up to November the 25th, keeping you guys informed of these dates. And we're probably going to have Debbie come back on one more time the week before this starts.
Yes.
As far as the final week of drop-offs. But if you seriously do have any questions, you can message me at 931-3050-869. I'll let Debbie know. Do you want to give them your number?
Well, you can call the First Baptist Church at 931-473-4416. I don't mind giving out my phone number, but I probably won't ask or answer it. So if you'll leave me a message or send me a text, I will answer you. And that phone number is 931-607-5615.
Yeah. And we'll be
5651.
We, me and her both it's been a crazy weekend already. But with that said, thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
Is there anything else before I forget?
Just pack shoebox. Just,
everything is on the website. That's free and it's printable.
Yes, everything's printable. And again, if you have any questions, just call, because there's so much out there. We could talk all day long on Operation Christmas Child and probably miss something. But the main thing is packing a shoebox for somebody else that we don't know.
Yeah. There you go. Well, all right.
Thank you.
Good? You're welcome. I am going to continue on while you get, as I say. But again, that is Miss Debbie Patterson with Operation Christmas Child. Samaritan's Purse. Always love having them on the show, even back in the heyday when we did at the radio station. But she'll be back on with us. And seriously, guys, if you do have questions about that, she also thank you. I'm going to ask Matt and Anna if I can put them up there before people leave.
Oh.
Yeah. If you got a couple, give me some. And I can hand put these out next to my newsletters too. If you want to give me some more, I do 100 newsletters. Okay. Yeah, give me some more then. But with that said, um, anything you can do to help to spread love and hope to a child, I mean, that's priceless. You can't put a price on it. But with that said, so many things are going on this week. Let me get back to first and foremost the truck and treats, the Trilla treats. We have a ton of them. Let me see if I got it. Yep, it's right there. So, coming up this week on October the 25th is Bike Night and Bagger Treat, which is hosted by the CMA Steelhorse organization. And costumes, candies, and many blessings. It's all going to be at the WDG parking lot on October the 25th, right there. Followed by this Friday, I will be at Willow Branch Annuals Trilla Treats, doing my music thing as always, and that's going to be at 4 o'clock. So from 4 to 6, there's going to be tons of vendors handing out candy, and they're going to do like grill out like they always do. Aisha and them at Willow Branch do a phenomenal job. And the other cool thing about this is the patients that are there. This all really started when COVID hit. And, a lot of these patients don't get to see their families. And so Willow Branch and some of them aren't even from here. Willow Branch gets these events together so they don't feel left out, and they make McMinnville their home. And I remember when they started this during COVID time, and the patients came to the windows, and we waved at them and said hi to them. And we even saw some family members that came by, and they would talk to their mother or their father or their relative through the window on an iPad or on their cell phone. And so, again, I say this because this is just a great opportunity to get your kids out in their costume and showing some love to these people, that whether they're there for rehabilitation or if they're there permanently, whatever the case may be. Okay. But these are the first two coming up, and that is both on the 25th, which is this Friday, followed by the next ones, which all of these are on the 26th and the 27th on this page. The Smart First Baptist Church is going to be on Saturday from 2 to 5 p.m., followed by, and I want to make sure these two are at the same time on the 27th. You're welcome, which is on a Sunday. I locked it. You just got to unlock it back. There you go. And then two of them being on the 27th from 3 to 5 p.m. The Central, and I'm going to take this off so you guys can see it, Central Church of Christ and the Arbor Church is having a trunk or treat both at 3 to 5 p.m. And again, the Arbor one, though, is also doing a coat giveaway. So if you have, because the season, it's going to get chilly. So we got to make sure we are ready for this cold front, followed by an event that I'm helping host with Papa John's Pizza. We have over 25 vendors. And it's all going to start at 1 o'clock on Sunday. We're going to have food, drinks. We're going to have dance a party, games for kids, costume contest, a pumpkin decorating shenanigans. We're also going to have so much more. And so come on out. You just come dress your child up, enjoy all the fun festivities. Followed by that, Freedom Life Church is having theirs as well on October the 27th. So once you get done with one of the three events on the 27th, because I always say this, Papa John's is starting at 1, and then the other two from Central and from Arbor is starting at 5. No, at 3. Sorry, at 3. So you could do the Nightmare on Papa John Street at 1, then go to the other 2, and then end at Freedom Life Church on October the 27th and hang out then from 5 to 7. You can make a whole day of this, okay? Because we buy these costumes and they only wear them once. I don't understand it. So go to there, and then on October the 30th, which is a Wednesday, the day before Halloween, um, from 6 to 7:30, they'll be celebrating Halloween trunk or treat event at the St. Matthew's, uh, yeah, Episcopal Church. I think I said that right. And that's got the location, everything on there. It says 5 to 7 on their flyer, but then I saw the little thing. But from 6 to 7:30, you can come, decorate your car and park in the parking lot to hand out some treats to friends and neighbors. So, and make that another great event. And of course, on the 31st is all the last of the trunk or treats, trail of treats, and all that. Starting off with the first year ever for Special Friends for Kids and Adults, that is being hosted by Main Street McMinnville. That starts at 10 a.m. and ends at 11:30 a.m. So if you go down between 10 and 11:30 and you see a teal pumpkin flyer in the window of these businesses, that means that they have a special treat or a sensory object for that special friend in need. And so make sure you do that. Followed by when school lets out after 3, that is again when all of downtown is packed in like sardines. So I always say come early, and get in line and then go. If they do this right, everybody should just start at 3 different areas and line up. If I had my way, I would line up at the Park Theater, I would line up at North Spring Street, and I would line up at Begonias. And that's where I would start the lines. And then when 3 o'clock hits, go. So it's not as chaotic, but that's just me. But that's going to be from 3 to 5 o'clock. And then lastly, the big event is the 12th annual Trail of Treats, hosted by the Milner Recreation Center. And that starts at 5 p.m. and goes on till they're all out of candy. Now, on I did see a post online that they were looking for 10 vendors. I'm going to text Michael right quick to see if they're still in need of vendors so I know that I'm not crazy. Are you guys still in need for vendors? All right. So I just text him. But if you do have any questions or if you guys want this text to you, join our text club. It's real simple. Oh, now it's kind of like it's real simple. You can text the keyword um, at Warren at Warren 931 to 81010. And it's the number right here. If you want to join our text club, it's at the end of this right here. So make sure you join because we send stuff out all the time through our text messages. And if you have not joined me, or if you're still on the 931-305 number, I try to message as many people as I can because I wanted a safer way to group message you. And the Remind app does that for me. So if you have the Remind, you don't necessarily have to have the Remind app. It's just but I do need you to approve me sending you text messages. But there it is there. Other ways to follow us is on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. We also have Spotify, Apple, Amazon, and Audible. You can hear all that and more. And again, if you are in need of these, make sure to get with me. You can call or text me as well, or message me on Facebook or Instagram, and I'll make sure to get y'all one of these. But again, this is something super easy as you might be going out into the community to get stocking stuffers for an upcoming party for kids or whatever, and you could get something for these kids. But like I said earlier, pray about it, think about it, and if it's something that you want to be a part of, great. If not, it's okay. It's not, no judgment. No one's going to know any different. Um, Coming up on the show this week, we are actually going to be doing a pop in podcast tomorrow at Papa John's Pizza with my girl Nicole and her whole crew. And we're going to talk to Trinity and everybody that's a part of this event and talk about everything that's going to be going down this upcoming Sunday on the 27th. I'm so excited. It's the 6th, 7th, 8th, I can't remember, Nightmare on Papa John Street that we have been a part of. And I love doing stuff like this for the community, for the people. And so does everybody that I'm ever involved in. We do stuff like this all the time. And we had a great turnout at, at the Glow Party on North Spring Street for the second Saturday. And there's a lot of talk in the works for a second one, but not such a glow party. We might do something else. So we might do a ugly Christmas sweater party is what I'm feeling the vibe on. But with that said, I'm going to get off here because today is Monday. So Monday is always going to be my short days. I just want everybody to know for the simple reason we have to finish the newsletter. If you are not following us on Facebook or Instagram, you're not going to see that newsletter. But if you would like a digital copy sent to you vis-a-vis email each week, right now we're almost up to 80 people that get this newsletter. Crazy, but it's great. But we have 80 subscribers right now. And if you would like to become one of those 80 people as well, that gets it sent to you once a week. You can text me at 931-305-0869 and put in the keyword local voice with your email. And I will send you each week a newsletter of all the upcoming events, some of the events that you missed. And we're actually going to start doing something special called People First. And my goal is to start showcasing, not just through the newsletter, but on social media, interesting people in our community that just gets unseen. And there's a reason our community is what it is. It's the people. And so, and I couldn't, like I said, I told some people about my show. They're like, how do you do it? I don't do it. You guys do. I can only be as successful as you make me. Meaning, I'm getting phone calls, I'm getting emails, I'm getting text messages, I'm getting stuff sent on Messenger about all these events coming on. And it's because of you that Warren County or Warren First is successful. It's not me. I'm just here. I am the voice that in case you're afraid to talk, I'm here. But don't forget, there are a ton of events coming up this week. But I do want to mention this while I'm thinking about it because I'm going to forget it. And I left my sheet in the car again. But it is early voting right now. And so if you don't go early vote this week, the next opportunity, because this is part of the presidential election, it's your voice and we need to be heard. We need to be heard. You deserve to vote. It is a privilege. So you have all week long to vote for who you want as alderman, as presidential, the state senate. Let me see what else is up for grabs here. And if you don't have this app, it's called Go Vote TN, and you can actually click on a sample ballot. And again, Tuesday, November the 5th is the final day of election for the general election, and it's the federal and state. But with that said, as far as presidents go, you course got Donald Trump and Kamala Harris. There's the Bowman guy, Cruz. Let's see, Richter, Shanahan, Stein. They're all up for grabs for the seat, and that's all the Republicans, Democrats, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 people that are running, or 4 people running as independent. When you do go to the polls, I will tell you this: Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is on there, but he did, just to remind everybody, He he took himself off the race, and he started promoting President or former President Trump. Endorsing is the word. But when you see that, Kennedy is no longer on there anymore. United States Senate is Blackburn is the Republican, Johnson's the Democrat, Chandler, Moses, and Robinson are the Independent. United States House of Representatives for District 4, you got Scott Desjardins, he's the incumbent, and he's the Republican. Victoria Broderick is the Democrat. Insel and Nolan are the two independents. Tennessee State District 16, Janice Boland is the Republican. Wayne Steele is the Democrat, and Scott Bean is the independent. And we got the privilege to see Janice and Scott on my show. And I will be start looking on. Videos are gonna be popping up throughout the week of the interviews I did with some of these folks. And I put it out there. If you are watching my show right now and you would like to get some more word out about yourself, whether you're Republican, Democrat, or an independent, you can either come on the show by sitting with me or we can do a phone call. It's really simple. And of course, last but not least, the Tennessee House of Representatives for District 43. There's only one person, which is Paul Sherrill, so he has no one running against him. And the cool thing about this app is you can you can vote for these people right on here. And like, if you do that, and then let me say, do I have to hit reset? Or can I just click on them? I was reading about this the other day. And I was like, how neat is this? And then go back to the election list. It's just showing that. But what's really cool, I thought you could click on it and then, but maybe they get, when it's closer to time. And the other thing is when you register on this Go Vote TN app, whether you're a registered voter or not, you can do it. And then when it's time for your birthday, you already be registered. It's already clicks in. It lets you know how many districts are in your area. So, and then also too, if you don't know where your polling location is, you can click on election day poll location or early voting poll location. So if you click on the early poll voting location, I kid you not, it gives you, look at that. It gives you all three of them because right now you have three different locations. Of course, the early voting room at the County Administrative Building, which is located on Locust Street. We all know that one. Followed by Centertown Community Center, which is at 92 Gilbert Street. And then Morrison Ruatan Club is located at 121 West Maple Street. And all three locations, you do not have to be you don't have to like have an address out there or live out there to go vote. Early voting is open to everybody. All you need to do is either bring two things. For sure bring your ID, your photo ID, so they can type it in, and two, bring your voter registration card. Bring both of them. And if you've lost your voter registration card, like I saw the other day when I voted last week, Susie Davenport and them were asking people, "Do you need a new one?" And they said yes. And so they reissued a lot of people some voter registration cards. Another thing that's really good is telling you on election day poll. Once you type in all your information, where you live, where you're from, and things like that, it already puts where's yours at. And if I did not early vote, I would have to go to Sheldsford Baptist Church on November the 5th, and it gives you the address. And I mean, you can't beat that. And it tells you the times and everything. There's no excuse. Look, and it even gives you directions. So if you're like not smartphone savvy and you need a young adult to help you get that set up, I have no problem doing that for you, okay? But again, so many cool things about to get all this set up. And I was trying to do past election clear. So if you ever wanted to see what the past elections was, it even has a little app saying election results. And I'll tell you, when the polls start coming in, you can actually click on this and it gives you updates for the election coming up. Okay. And the first thing that's going to be popped up right here will be, of course, the early voting results. And then if you want to see the official past elections, there's a button you can click and it gives you all the dates that you can look at right there. And just to give you a heads up, as I'm clicking 2024, this past one by county, yeah. So Warren County, if I can find it, here it is. It's always at the end. Warren County this year, and I want to make sure to tell you this right. Yeah. Well, it just tells you. They break it down by a lot of people. Wow. Okay. There's 26 pages. I'm not going to have time to go through all that, but you can. You can. And you just type in your information and it get it. So thanks to the Tennessee Secretary of State, Trey Haggart, they came up with this little fancy thing, and it's probably the smartest thing they ever done. So I love it. So make sure you download Go Vote TN, and whether you're a registered voter or not, or you're a soon-to-be voter, you can already register. Okay? I'm just saying. It's really neat. With that, take care. God bless. And don't forget, too, that tomorrow, and I'm trying to remember, I might just call him before I let y'all go. Because I wish I had called him sooner. I'm just going to call him now. Be like, hey. Going to call my man Brian Carr, y'all. Morning. I have you on speaker because I forgot all the details. I don't care to admit this on air about the big event going on tomorrow.
Tomorrow? Oh,
Yes. Can you? Yes.
we're having a Republican Party. We're having our monthly meeting, but we're having it on a Tuesday. Normally it's on the third Monday night, but we're going to have it on Tuesday because we have two special guests. We have Jarvis Johnson and Matt Brown headlining our speakers for our party, and they're going to tell us about the school system and what they've seen so far and what their objectives are leading into the future for the Warren County school system.
And then the other thing is with the food that y'all are providing, did you say it's a $10 coverage or for the plate?
Yes, if you want to eat and help support our party, we're having a chili supper, which is $10 for adults, but kids eat free. So we encourage families come out and eat with us. The money goes back in to the party to help candidates and help fund things that we want to try to get accomplished in Warren County. So you don't have to eat, but we encourage you to come because where are you going to go to be able to feed the family for $10?
Nowhere else that I'm aware of.
That's right.
Yeah.
Home cooked chili. We're going to be in the school. Normally, our meetings are held at the administrative office, but because they're having the election, we can't do that right now with early voting. So we're having it at the middle school. So it's a win-win all the way around. We get to be there at the school. We get to talk about the school system, and we get to eat chili and enjoy being together, enjoy learning about the future of Warren County schools.
I love it. Thanks, Brian. I just couldn't remember all that. Thank you.
Oh, it is my honor. Thank you, Kelly, for calling me, and look forward to being with you guys again. And go vote.
Go vote. Yeah, that's what I've been telling everybody. I'm like, oh, I got to call my man, Brian Carr.
Well, thank you for thinking of me, Kelly.
You're welcome, man. I'll talk to you later.
Have a great day.
You too. So, like I said, And again, one thing that we mentioned last week when Brian was with us on the show Friday, you don't have to be a Republican to come to these meetings. You can be an independent, you can be a Democrat, you can be undecided for all I know, and come to these and see what our school's all about. These are opportunities to hear what's going on in our school systems and things like that. So come on out. And again, of course, I am going to be there tomorrow night because supporting our schools. And then if they let me, I may go live tomorrow. I'll text Brian and see if it's okay. I think it'll be fine with it. They always have been when I've done it before. Because I always say the more we know, the better we are as a community. We are here to unite each other and lift each other up, especially with our differences, whether you're a Democrat, Republican, or independent. This is what makes our country so uniquely made. Like if we all thought the same and wore the same clothes, it'd be boring. Who would want to do that? Not me. I'd be the one that, if that's how the world was, I would be like, okay, I'm the first one to go off this movie because they're like, she's not following their line. I'm going to be a line breaker. But with that said, take care. God bless. Enjoy the rest of your day. And remember, Warren County, keep it first.